Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Richard Hatch reveals how Teresa Giudice improved his S**X life. Survivor alum Richard Hatch shared an unlikely benefit of competing against Real Housewives star Teresa Giudice. He revealed that she helped improve his *X life. Keep reading to find out how. Richard Hatch didn't survive House of Villains. Network's House of Villains reality show collects the worst of bad reality stars, puts them in a house and turns the camera on. Season 1 was a huge success. Season 2 premiered earlier this month with a star-studded cast, including Bachelor Queen Victoria Lawson, 90 Day Fiancé alum Larissa Lima, and reality show vet Tiffany Pollard. But what fans didn't expect was the friendship between Survivor alum Richard Hatch and Real Housewives star Teresa Giudice. Unfortunately, Richard Hatch's time on the show was short-lived. He was the show's second elimination after Larissa Lima. Often considered the greatest Survivor competitor, he was in disbelief during his interview with Page 6, following his exit. He blasted his House of Villains co-stars for being too emotional, instead of focusing on gameplay. How Teresa Giudice improved Survivor alum's S**X life. However, Richard Hatch didn't leave the show empty-handed, so to speak. He told Page 6 that one famous interaction with Teresa Giudice has improved his *X life for the first time since his divorce nearly a decade ago. The Bravo celebrity candidly asked him if he was a top or a bottom. He wasn't shy about answering that he's a bottom. However, he revealed that he doesn't tell his dates that. Teresa Giudice suggested that he be honest about his preference. In a surprising twist, reality television's original Survivor winner, Richard Hatch, recently revealed that none other than Teresa Giudice from the Real Housewives of New Jersey had a profound influence on his personal life, specifically his love life. The charismatic winner, known for his strategic moves, confessed that his path crossed with Giudice's in a way that would inspire him to reimagine his relationships, intimacy, and ultimately his whole approach to passion. It all started when Hatch found himself deep into the world of reality TV again, only this time as a viewer. He'd been a fan of the Real Housewives franchise for years, but something about Teresa Giudice's fiery spirit caught his attention in a way that was more than just passive viewing. "I've seen a lot of drama in my life," Hatch said in a recent interview. "But Teresa? She's something else. She's fierce, she's resilient, and that unapologetic energy, she just owns it." Richard mentioned that his admiration for Giudice began as pure fascination, but as he continued to watch her on screen, he saw glimpses of something deeper. Teresa had this unyielding sense of self. Even when things got rough for her, financial troubles, legal issues, the ups and downs with family, she never backed down. There's something wildly attractive about a person who just owns who they are, flaws and all. As someone who's been in the public eye for decades, Hatch could relate to the trials of having your personal life scrutinized. But Giudice's ability to come out stronger, holding nothing back, inspired him to reflect on his own approach to life and relationships. "I realized that I'd spent so much time protecting myself and strategizing, even when it came to relationships. I was always holding something back, afraid to get hurt. But Teresa, she puts herself out there. There's no filter, no guard." It was this realization that began to shift something in Hatch's love life. He noticed that he had been tiptoeing around true vulnerability, even in romantic relationships. His partners often commented on how guarded he seemed, which he attributed to years of survival instincts from his time on Survivor. When you're on a show where the goal is literally to outwit, outplay, and outlast, it kind of becomes second nature to be on the defensive. "But Teresa taught me something different," he admitted. "She taught me that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's actually a huge part of passion." After realizing that he needed to let go of his fears, Hatch began experimenting with honesty in his romantic life. "I'd been holding back for so long that I didn't even realize it," he said. Taking a cue from Teresa's playbook, he started sharing his emotions openly, expressing desires and fears he had previously kept hidden. It was terrifying at first, but also liberating. In a twist of fate, it turned out that his openness ignited a new spark in his relationship. When you're finally able to be yourself, really be yourself, it's like a weight lifts, and your partner, They feel it too, Hatch explained with a smile. His relationships started to flourish in ways he hadn't expected. He became more present, more open to trying new things, and more invested in his partner's happiness, all without the usual protective walls. But his transformation didn't stop there. Inspired by Giudices' unapologetic approach to intimacy, Hatch decided to explore parts of himself he had long buried under the guise of practicality. Being with someone can be intense and passionate, but only if you're willing to dive in completely. Teresa showed me that it's okay to be intense, that passion isn't something to suppress, but something to celebrate, he said. Hatch soon discovered that his own passions had been dormant for years, and that rediscovering them was one of the most empowering experiences of his life. From small gestures to grand romantic surprises, Hatch started embracing a life filled with excitement, rather than calculated moves. He credited Teresa with teaching him that love is messy, thrilling, and above all, real. He even went so far as to attend a self-development workshop in New Jersey, where he met fans of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, many of whom shared how Giudices' authenticity had inspired them. Through these interactions, Hatch felt an even deeper connection to the notion of vulnerability and authenticity in love. The experience, he said, changed the way he saw intimacy forever. In his own words, "You don't have to be on a reality TV show to know that life is full of challenges, but you also don't need to be strategic about everything. Sometimes the best way to live is to just live, without planning every step." This newfound philosophy brought an invigorating freshness to Hatch's personal life, and he encourages others to try it too. Hatch and Giudice's paths may never have crossed directly, but her influence was clear in the way he spoke about her. She's wild, unfiltered, and real, and that's how life should be. We spend so much time trying to be someone else or protect ourselves from getting hurt, but what if we let all of that go? What if we just love the way Teresa does, without any reservations? To celebrate his newfound freedom, Hatch even reached out to Teresa via social media, sharing his gratitude. To his surprise, she responded with encouragement, urging him to never hold back. It was the kind of unexpected camaraderie that only the world of reality television could provide, and Hatch reveled in the moment. Who knew? You watch a show, and the next thing you know, your whole life has shifted. Teresa Giudice changed the way I see relationships, and I'm grateful for it, he laughed. Richard Hatch's love life has been anything but ordinary, and now, with a bit of inspiration from the Real Housewives of New Jersey star, he's embracing the next chapter with open arms. By learning to be vulnerable, passionate, and unreserved, he's discovered a richer, more fulfilling way to live and love. As Hatch would say, take a lesson from Teresa. Life's too short not to live and love with everything you've got. To celebrate his newfound freedom, Hatch even reached out to Teresa via social media, sharing his gratitude. To his surprise, she responded with encouragement, urging him to never hold back. It was the kind of unexpected camaraderie that only the world of reality television could provide, and Hatch reveled in the moment. Who knew? You watch a show, and the next thing you know, your whole life has shifted. Teresa Giudice changed the way I see relationships, and I'm grateful for it, he laughed. Richard Hatch's love life has been anything but ordinary, and now, with a bit of inspiration from the Real Housewives of New Jersey star, he's embracing the next chapter with open arms. By learning to be vulnerable, passionate, and unreserved, he's discovered a richer, more fulfilling way to live and love. As Hatch would say, take a lesson from Teresa. Life's too short not to live and love with everything you've got.